Issue 19, Stormbringer magazine. Gardus Steel Soul drops from above. Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. And today we're doing issue 19 of our continuing series of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer. And this issue comes with a specialist character called Gardus Steel Soul. Now he's an interesting character because he's one of the few knights or Stormcast Eternals to walk through the garden of Nurgle and emerge unscathed. He's a knight that is very much in touch with his faith. Of course, this issue has the usual interesting little bits and pieces about lore, so it touches on Wa magic, which is the magic that the Oruks and the Orcs use. It's kind of fun because their magic is not something that's learnt, it's something that's just instinctive. So some orcs would have a natural apathy for weapons or building. These guys just have a natural apathy for magic and absolute chaos. So some of their spellcasters would be the Weird Knob Shamans. So the fact that they're just called Weird Knobs, or even just weird, means that that's how much knowledge or kind of thought they give to what they do. They just have this instinctive kind of brilliance. And you also have the Fungoid Cave Shaman. It also gives you some history. So Sigmar Storm, of course, is the period of history when Sigmar decided to take the mortal realms back from chaos. So Sigmar Storm is the period of history when they came down and they took a good chunk of the mortal realms and had victory after victory over chaos. Now, the war isn't over yet because Chaos still controls vast swaths of land, but it was Sigmar coming back trying to make good again. You also have the Sons of Behemat, which are kind of part of the forces of destruction, which, as you can see, are just big, huge giants that live and exist only to destroy. So you have, of course, the lads here, which are the Kraken Eaters, the War Stompers, the Beast Smashers, and the Gatekeepers, and of course, the Man Crushers, which are slightly smaller than their larger brothers, but still go into battle. And any enemy that's smaller than them is eaten, trodden, or literally stuffed into their pockets. So not fellas you want to annoy. You have the Gardus Steel Soul warrior here, who is the mini that comes with this issue, and he's a member of the Hollowed Knights Stormhost. So what makes this guy stand out, of course, is the fact that of all the models you've been painting so far have been all gold, whereas this guy has a kind of a silver base plate with gold trimmings on him, because he's a member of the Hollowed Knights Stormhost, and he is one of the only beings to have walked through Nurgle's garden of corruption and remain unscathed, and that's basically due to his faith. These are some of the stats and tactics here for him. You of course have the How to Build guide and the How to Paint guide, and you have of course the War Scroll for him, and some of the War Scrolls for the Beast Skua Killbows. And of course you have the match, of course, which is the Soul of Steel, where Gardus Steel Soul, the Lord Imperant Rifthound, Knight Arcanum, and 4 Praetors are up against Manok the Cunnin and the Cunnin crew, with the Beast Skewer Killbow, 10 of the Gut Rippers, and 10 Hobgrot Slitters. So depending on who wins, loses, or whether there's a draw, you have the result here. And the mini itself is actually a very nice one. So this mini stood out so much that my friend Patrick actually asked me to go to the newsagent to order a second issue of it, because as you can see, it gives the impression that he's literally just landed from above. He's come down in an arc of lightning. Now, I'm not the best painter in the world, but I wanted to kind of give some of the remnants of the ember here, that you can kind of see that he has literally come down in an arc of lightning. But I'm sure there are great paint guides out there on how to kind of give a much more kind of flash lightning effect, or even if you wanted to add things behind the character, because the motion here of the leather kind of straps up in the air gives the impression that he's literally just landed along here with the two kind of we would call them purity seals in 40k, but kind of basically kind of oaths of moment here. The sword as well has great engraving on it, and he's just a character that looks epic. Even his hair is standing up. But it is a beautiful model, and if you have someone who is an excellent painter, they could really do some magic with this actual model, because it is a pose that is just fantastic. One little bit of word of warning, I found it difficult to glue him to the base. I don't know why. It could be just myself, but the base itself is something you'd have to work on separately, but when you're putting the mini onto it, it can be a little hard to kind of put him down because it's largely a flat base, so it's hard to kind of get him exact on it. But nevertheless, a really cool little mini and a really cool character to have and add to your collection. So that was issue 19 of Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer. Join us for issue 20, and until next time, good luck, God bless, and praise Sigmar.